Will smart TVs take off where other attempts to create walled garden content have failed? Clearly, the TV industry is investing a great deal in this approach. However, this time, the emergence of cloud content models may help its development. We speak to industry spokespeople at the Digital Home World Summit in London to find out why.
While some of the past attempts may not have been so successful at making the TV the center of the living room in terms of increasing the connectivity, but now there are some of the encouraging trends which are making this easier. Firstly, the consumers are much more ready and prepared to viewing time-shifted content. In fact, it's sort of a need now because it's not always possible to view content as and when they are aired. So things like catch-up content and VOD are heavily used, and that is driving one of the parts about increasing usage of the connected TVs or the smart TVs. Secondly, about the industry itself. If you look at the developer community, Samsung has taken good care about the fact that developers are going to be very important if we have to make content accessible, easy and high quality on the smart televisions, which is why we have certain websites and forums where we address developers' concerns and try to make the platform as easy as possible for them to develop applications. And finally, Samsung has been fully committed towards creating a complete smart TV offering for the market, meaning the user interface has to stay very simple. You keep making the device smarter, but it has to always be as simple as possible. And we take very good care that all these three things fit in together so that the smart TV offering is successful. Like any new platform development, yes, there were challenges initially in terms of developing and bringing more and more developers to a smart TV. The main ones were that when a new platform comes up, there are different standards or different specifications required by different content owners. And the approach Samsung has taken is to have majority of these specifications which will give you a good footprint on the developer community, so that, for example, one particular content owner requires WMDRM, the other content owner might require wideband to be supported. So Samsung has taken a position that we should support the majority of the specifications so that we can cover majority of the developer community. And hence, it's becoming easier and easier for developers to create applications for our platform.
Yes, so for us, I think the key thing for us, for Cloud for Consumers, is that it's really enablement. It's something that traditionally we've had lots of information in silos, we've had lots of information proprietary to different devices, so you may have had different ways of storing and accessing information depending on the device you had. One of the things the cloud does is opens it up, makes it very easy for consumers to store information. They don't have to think consciously necessarily about, I'm going to store this particular photo with this particular service. I'm going to store videos here, I'm going to store music there. It enables a whole world of content to be shared, to be stored, to be put somewhere where the consumer has confidence that they can access it, that they can get it in different formats for different types of devices and over different networks. And so for us, the really key thing is for the end consumer, it's a kind of seamless experience to give you access to all of those different types of content that you might otherwise have had to have a real think about, have different methods of accessing it. So it's unifying it, it's providing an easy way to access, and it's basically making it agnostic to the way in which we do it. So today we're talking about access in the home, in particular, but obviously in the future we might actually be extending that to other types of devices as well, but clearly the home is a focus for today. So, I mean, we see that already today that there's some expanded methods of accessing that content. So, for instance, you'll be accessing things over mobile phones, you may be accessing things over tablets, netbooks, ultrabooks and the traditional computing platforms. Moving forwards, we're seeing lots of interest in things like hybrid cloud and home access using maybe operators providing you a box which has on it maybe some local storage and also some storage which is based in the cloud, which gets over some of the bandwidth limitations you may have in some of today's networks. And then moving forwards, it's the ability to share that with all sorts of items like maybe your television, so you may have, say, a photo you've taken, you may have a video you've taken and uploaded, that it automatically happens on the device where you've taken that, and then that's uploaded into the cloud and automatically made available through something like your home TV. It might be built into the TV itself, or it might be via a set-top box or something else that's there. So all of a sudden you have this ability to share these devices all around with the home included.